Hello, this video is going to be a full face makeup application video with a gold eyeshadow and pink purple lips. I first start off by filling in my eyebrows, and I use MAC Embark eyeshadow, and I just take it and kind of outline my eyebrows with it and then fill in as I go. I really don't like a too bold of an eyebrow, if that makes sense. So I just take it and just lightly dust it over my eyebrows and then fill it in. The brush that I'm using is a crown brush. It has a spoolie on one end and a straight edge on the other end. I like this particular brush because I'm able to also conceal my eyes and clean them up at the same time. So it's kind of working double duty, and it really does work. So right there, I just showed you that I'm taking my concealer, and the concealer that I'm using is pretty much a lighter color than what I normally wear, but I didn't want it too bright, just wanted to clean up just a little bit. And I actually did not use concealer. I used AJ Crimson number 3, and as you see, I'm just going in and blending as I go. I really don't like the line look when you're lining your eyebrows. Like, I don't like to see the color concealer or foundation that you use. So I take it and I step back. The reason why I'm stepping back is because I'm looking in my bigger mirror to make sure it looks even. I'm not a big eyebrow person, but I do like for them to look clean and match my face. So that's why I'm going back in and taking my time and trying to clean them up as best as I can. So once I got finished with my eyebrows, going back in just a little bit right there. And there you have it. So now I want to take some eyeshadow primer, and I use the Urban Decay in the purple tube. I really can't remember the name of it right now. Sorry guys, but can't remember the name of it. But I take it and just go over my eyes. And as you see, it's a thin layer that I'm putting on. And on top of that, I just use the extra concealer that was on my hand. So that's why I'm going underneath right there. I don't want to waste products, so I'm using every little bit that I can. Right now, I'm taking the white eyeshadow base from NYX or NYX and just applying it over. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want the gold that I'm using to pop a little bit more. So anytime you want your color to pop, you just want to add a light or a white eyeshadow base up under it, and it really intensifies the color a little bit more. So right here, I'm using my Morphe palette, and I'm taking a eyeshadow color that's pretty much close to my color and making everything even and going underneath my eyebrow to kind of add a natural highlight. Now I'm taking Embark and doing my transition color right in my crease right there. So what I want to do with that transition color, I didn't want it to be too bold, so that's why I used Embark, because it has a softer tone to it. And the gold that I'm using is from a palette by Crown Brushes. It's very good in that, and the colors are very bold and intense on them. So I'm just now placing the eyeshadow on my lid and a little bit over my lid. I have hooded lids, so I always go above my lid just to make sure I cover it good enough, because when I open my eyes, my hood or my lid folds over. So I want to make sure you can see the actual color. That's why I go a little bit above my crease area. So now I'm just taking a blending brush and blending it on out. And remember, when you're blending your makeup, you want to make your lines smooth, especially your eyeshadow, to have a smoother look. You just take it and blending it out. And now I'm taking a little more of the Embark and coming in and just kind of blending that together, making sure it's a smooth transition within those colors. And blend, blend, blend. Remember, the art of makeup is blending. So now I'm taking that darker brown color and coming in and kind of contouring my eye just a little bit. The reason why I wanted it to be like a smoky color, but I didn't want to use black because I didn't want it to look too harsh. But the brown that I'm using is very, very dark and rich, as you can tell how it's going on. So once again, I'm taking that with a blending brush and just blending inward into my eye. so it can smooth those harsh lines out, kind of erasing it just a little bit, easing up on that color. And when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I sped this up like so you can see the whole video. Like I said, it's very, very long. It was very long, so I had to go in and try to speed it up for the sake of time. But now what I'm doing, just placing more color on top of it. And remember, if you're doing your eyeshadow and you blend your color out, just go back on top of it and place it. When you're placing it, your color stays more and it's more vibrant. But if you use a sweeping motion, all you're doing is just washing your color out. So just go back on and layer it. And what I like to do, I like to layer my makeup, because I don't want it to go on really heavy and then try to blend it out first. I rather add layers and add layers and add layers. That way I won't put too much on. And what I did now, I'm just taking Soft Brown by MAC and softening those colors up. As you can tell, I went all over. I started at the top, up under my eyeshadow, where the eyeshadow was blending in with the gold and the brown. I just went in and just used that soft brown. Okay, now what I'm doing now is using a primer. I use Imakeupme Magnesia for my face. I love Imakeupme Magnesia. It really helps my makeup to stay and absorb all the extra oils in the makeup that I use. And I've tried the other makeup primers. They really don't work for me, but the Imakeupme Magnesia is the best. Okay, moving right along to my eye. What I'm lining my eye with now is a liquid liner. And it's not really good to pull your eyes. I'm sorry, guys, but that's what works for me. I'm working on trying to apply it without the pulling. So don't sue me, but that's really not the correct way. You don't want to pull the elasticity. I think I said that right. But you don't want to pull your eyes too much over a period of time. It kind of not really damage them, but it's really not good for your eyes. So don't do what I do. Just do what I say. I suggest that you learn how to do it without pulling your eyes. Now I'm going up underneath my eye with a eyeliner and just coloring it. And I love for my liner to be really dark. I've always been that way. And once again, I pull the bottom because I really couldn't see. My eyes had started watering. So I pulled it just a little bit. And I'm going back underneath. So as you can tell, my eyes are coming along pretty good. And what I did right there, I just took another brush, like a straight edge brush, and just blended the liner in and the shadow in just a little bit. Apply my mascara. I really don't like wearing fake lashes because my lashes are already long. So I just use a Wet n Wild brand eyeliner. I'm sorry, Wet n Wild mascara. It works really good for me. As you can tell, my face is turning white now, so that means my primer is dry. So I went up underneath my eyes, and in my highlight area, I'm using number 3 AJ Crimson Dual Skin Foundation. It is really good. It's very thick and manageable, so it can also be used as a concealer, as foundation, whatever you need it for. It can really work for all the different, it has several multi-uses for it. Let me just put it like that. So I'm going underneath my eyes, my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and later on I'm going to do right below my lip or on my chin area. But for now, I'm just doing that part. Now, what I like about AJ Crimson foundation, I'm going in with my contour line, as you can tell, with the number 6. And doing it. And I show you my contour line. Start from your ear and move on down. If you do the fish face, you can find your contour line. And remember, everybody's contour is not the same. So don't look at me and think that your contour line is going to be the same as mine. Is not. It's just according to your face. And I'm contouring my nose now, doing the same thing. And the same with the nose. Everybody's nose is not the same length, so you don't contour the same. My nose is kind of short, so I would bring my contour and my highlight line all the way down just below my nose. So, and now I'm going in with my contour line again on my neck and below my chin. I have a fat face and a double chin, so yes, I do contour up under my neck and my chin. I'm sorry, up under my chin. I'm sorry. So now I'm taking the Beauty Blend and just blending those colors in together, my contour and my highlight. And the way I'm blending, you blend up and down when you get to your forehead. So if you can tell, I'm blending down the contour line. And then I'm just blending everything together. Going in right here. And I added just a little bit of that highlight right there. And I tried to speed this up so it'll be as quick as possible. But when you're blending in your makeup, you want to make sure everything comes together and you don't have any kind of harsh lines. So with the Beauty Blend, I'm just blending everything together from my nose, my contour, highlight lines, everything. And you'll see once I get finished blending everything how it looks. And I don't like a real bold highlight. So I use, my color is maybe 1 to 2 shades lighter. Not really 2, just maybe 1. And for my foundation, I always go over my contour and highlight with just a thin layer of foundation when I'm doing a full face, because I want everything to blend together. And I ran out of my Maybelline Fit Me I think it's coconut number 355. I ran out of it, so I had to mix 2 together, 360 and 330, I believe it was. But it was the Maybelline Fit Me dewy, and then the matte poreless. One was matte poreless and the other one was dewy, so I just mix them together. But normally I'll just use one color. So as you see, I'm taking my foundation brush and just going over my face. And the reason why I do this, I know a lot of people go back on top of their foundation and put the contour and the highlight, but I do it the opposite way. The reason being is because any part that I missed with my foundation, I just go over with a thin layer, so I'll cover it. I'm sorry, any part that I missed with my contour and highlighting, after I blend it in, I just go over with a thin layer to cover all of that. I really don't like a lot of makeup. This for me is a whole lot of makeup. I usually don't wear a lot of makeup, but for this video purpose, that's why I did it. So now I'm looking like a clown. I'm going in with the banana powder and highlighting, and with my contour color I'm using Ben Nye. It's the nutmeg. I use nutmeg, and I love Ben Nye powder. It is so good, and it leaves your skin very, it's kind of weightless, so I really like it. And so I'm just using the beauty blender. I wet it first, and now I'm just blending everything in using my banana powder. And what I did right there, I set it or let it cook or bake, depending on which term you want to use. I let it cook or bake. And now I'm just taking a blush brush by Bedelium. I love those brushes. And just kind of dusting it off. Going back in to contour my nose with the Ben Nye powder again. I use, like I said, I think it's nutmeg. And just blending all of that together. Looks very funny, but once you blend everything together, it's gonna be good. Making sure I get up under my eyes, just blending everything out and down. So what I'm doing now is taking an all over powder that I'm going to use. I use the Topaz by Ben Nye, and to just blend everything together, I'm just taking that and going all over my face together with that. Lightly dusting. There's a dust storm in there. But I'm just taking it and lightly dusting it all together. Making an even flow of my powder, foundation, and everything. And I apologize for my lighting. I couldn't get my Stellar light to work or position it well. So that's why I'm looking kind of orange and flushed out. So I apologize for that. But now I'm looking for some blush. So sorry. And I'm using the Morph palette. And I'm using 2 colors that were like a light. In real light, they look like a light shimmery kind of powder. and I'm doing my blush. If you can see the shimmer that is given when I turn to the side. And I'm actually going to go on the top of that with my AJ Crimson palette, the lip cheek color, the darker purple, and going on top of that with it and just adding a little more color to that. I love blending my blush colors to me because it makes your face just so much brighter. So that's why I'm going back in and just adding that darker color just to add a little more color to my face. And what I did then, I just took my midnight powder and went up under my cheek color just to add more definition to my contour color. So now I'm just taking a lip pencil, lining my lips. It's a lighter, not really lilac color, but it's a purplish kind of shimmery kind of color to it. That's the best way I can describe it. But I'm lining my lips, and I love layering my lip colors and my cheek colors. It's just something about those. I just love layering them. So I'm going to go back with my AJ Crimson lip cheek color palette, and with the lightest color pink, put that on. And I just put that all the way on top of all of the lip liner that I just put on. The reason being, okay, sorry about that, but I wanted to pick back up where I stopped off. I initially had to stop the video because my camera stopped recording, but now I'm going on top of it with my lip brand, my lip gloss, and just adding that on top of it to add that purple tone to it. And the color that I added was Imakeupme lip color on top. And it made for a more vibrant pink purplish color. And now what I'm doing is just that's my husband. He wanted to be on camera. But now I'm just going back under and cleaning up under my eyes. I'm taking my all over color powder, which is the Midnight Topaz color, and just making sure I'm cleaning up and going back, straightening up my eyebrows and making sure everything is cleaned up. Doing that, looking at my lips. Now, here's the all over finished product. Look at there, my gold eyes and my lips. Stay tuned for pictures.